Meanwhile, the United Nations says it will give Mozambique and the Comoros Islands $13 million in emergency aid after a second cyclone battered the region in a month. The UN says the funds will help provide food and water, as well as repair damaged infrastructure after Cyclone Kenneth hit northern Mozambique last Thursday, flattening villages. Weather experts are warning that the latest tropical storm could dump twice as much rain as Cyclone Hidai, which killed more than 900 people in Mozambique, Malawi and Zimbabwe. It is estimated that the affected region will need over $2 billion to recover. Now, Air Zimbabwe has confirmed that one of its planes experienced a malfunction in one of its engines, causing a brief fire during a flight from South Africa's Tambo International Airport to Harare on Sunday evening. The carrier says the malfunction did not threaten the continuation of the flight or the safety of the crew and passengers on board, and that the aircraft landed safely in Harare. In March, the struggling national airline said that its only aircraft, which services all its routes, had to undergo engine repairs and could not be fixed in time for all flights to be carried out as normal. Let's get more on this story now from Zimbabwean journalist Nigel Yamatumbu. Thank you for joining us on Network Africa. Nigel, what more can you tell us about this malfunction experienced on a Zimbabwe Airlines plane on Sunday night?
Yes, right now we are still to really get more details outside what the National Courier said in the press statement, and also what a deputy minister who was a passenger on that plane is reported to have said, which is slightly different from what the National Courier says, because the National Courier simply says it's just a technical fault that was developed, but the Deputy Minister of Lands says it had to do more with the flight hitting a bird, which does pose a serious threat upon both takeoff and landing. So it remains to be really clear as to what exactly transpired, because efforts to get through to the National Courier, to the national airline, are somewhat fruitless at the moment, as they say they're still undergoing investigations.
Yeah, a lot of comments have been going on social media, and some people are criticizing the airline's decision to continue flying the plane even after what happened. Have they said anything, the airline, in regards to this?
Not as yet, but I think one would then really look at the fact that at least the airline landed safely in Harare, and it's I'm sure the flight crew, the commander on that flight saw it more feasible to fly to Harare than to fly back for reasons that he, as the flight commander, will be best known to him, some of which could be pretty much very technical, that the commentators on social media would not perhaps really think it's positive that the flight landed safely, but it is a broader discussion and a broader debate that country ought to have. We have one national airline, and that is not sustainable.
Yeah, one national airline that has been plagued and with a lot of controversies, and also run into the ground by poor management and interference from central government. How true is this statement, and does the government of Emerson Mnangagwa have plans to revamp the airline?
It doesn't seem like that. What the government has been doing, they know it's not safe to use Air Zimbabwe. They've been hiring planes for 200-kilometer journeys, for 400-kilometer journeys, and so forth. And then they can't trust their own a national airline, and that is indeed an indictment on the country. It's indeed an indictment on the administration that they would rather use a lot of resources rather than investing in building the capacity of the national airline. There have been talks around a new fleet coming, but it has been stopped by a lot of controversy, a lot of corruption, and it's really a deplorable situation, to say the least.
Nigel Yamatumbu, Zimbabwean journalist, thank you for speaking to us on Network Africa.
Sure, pleasure.